Welcome to the Natural Super Kids podcast, where you will discover practical strategies to inspire you to boost the health and nutrition of your kids. I'm Jessica Donovan, a qualified naturopath specialising in kids' health, and I want to make it as easy as possible for you to raise healthy and happy kids. Let's get into it. Welcome to the final Natural Super Kids podcast for 2021. This is episode number 52, meaning we have done a weekly podcast episode for a whole year, which is really exciting. And so in this episode, I just want to talk a bit about the year that has been 2021 here at Natural Super Kids, and also let you know that I am going to be taking a break from podcasting. Not very long, just 4 weeks, so I can enjoy the Christmas and New Year and summer period with my family. And so we will be back in January. But that doesn't mean that you have no podcast to listen to. What we have done is we've created some podcast bundles. So if you head on over to our website, naturalsuperkids.com, and you'll see podcasts, and under there is podcast bundles. If you click on there, you will come across a page where we have bundled up the podcast episodes into specific topics. So we have topics such as allergies, eczema, parenting, mum's well-being, teen health, low tox, fussy eating, gut health, boosting immunity. I think I listed all of them there. And so you can literally click on a topic that you would like to know more about, and the podcast episodes that are relevant, the little podcast bundle for that particular topic will come up. So I'm sure there are episodes you may have missed this year, and so this is a great way to have a look at some of those episodes you may have missed and have a listen to those bundles on the topics that you are most interested in. So I really hope that that helps keep you busy over the period that I'm going to be taking a bit of a break from the podcast. So I have really come to love podcasting. We launched the Natural Super Kids podcast in January, and as I said, we've done a weekly podcast episode ever since. And we've done a whole heap of different topics. And I must admit, it did take a little while for me to get used to podcasting, because I'd been doing Facebook Lives every week previously, and they were very interactive, and there was people watching, and we could, I could connect with the people watching. And with podcasting, it took me a little while to kind of tap into that connection, because I know that I am connecting with people, but it's not in real time. And so I so appreciate all of the messages, comments, emails, DMs on Instagram from you all letting me know how much you've enjoyed the podcast, because, it's really great to get that feedback, and it's not the sort of platform that you do get that immediate feedback. So we have had on the Natural Super Kids podcast almost 30,000 downloads. We may have reached 30,000 before this podcast goes live. So again, I'm really proud of that. That's just amazing how many people we're reaching with such important information and topics about kids' health. So thank you. Thank you so much for being a listener of the Natural Super Kids podcast. And if you're listening to this, please reach out. Send me an email or reach out on Facebook or on Instagram and let me know that you're a podcast listener and what sort of topics you like. We are starting to plan out the topics for 2022, and I would love some feedback. What do you want to hear more about? Are there some topics that we haven't covered yet? Are there some guests that you would like to have on, or better still, guests that you might be able to connect me with that I can invite onto the podcast? I'd love to hear your feedback. So 2021, what a year it's been. I'm not going to go too much into, the worldwide situation in 2021, but even here at Natural Super Kids, it has been a bit of a wild ride. Of course, we've had we've launched this podcast, which I have just, found a great platform to be able to communicate with you all. And we have continued to support our members in the Natural Super Kids Club. And I know many of our club members listen to this podcast. So hello, if you're a club member. We reached a huge milestone with the Natural Super Kids Club very late this year in October. And we now have over 1,000 members in the Natural Super Kids Club, which is it just blows my mind thinking about 1,000 families standing in front of me that we are helping to support, inspire, motivate, to raise healthy and happy kids and to boost not just their kids, but their the adults in the family's nutrition and health. It's just such an honor, and I just feel so grateful and blessed to have, the online platforms that we have today for us to be able to reach so many people. So the club is going strong and will be continuing next year. We've done some planning in terms of the content for the Natural Super Kids Clubs, the new recipe ideas, new masterclasses, new cheat sheets, different ways that we can support our club members. So excited to be diving into that in 2022 as well. And there's been a real focus on team here at Natural Super Kids this year. We've had a bit of a changeover in team, and we've brought some new people on, and I am again just really proud of the work that we've put into to build and to find some great people here at Natural Super Kids. I could not run this business without our team, and so I am just super grateful to have an amazing team of people to be helping me to inspire more families and to educate more families about the importance of their kids' health and well-being. So I just want to give a quick shout out to the team here at Natural Super Kids. So Mel is fairly new to Natural Super Kids, and she has just been such a blessing to have on the team. So Mel is our social media coordinator and customer support manager. She does a lot of roles here at Natural Super Kids. If you email us, most likely Mel is who will be responding to you. And she creates a lot of our social media as well. She's recently finished her studies and is a nutritionist. And so we have some exciting things planned for what Mel is going to offer here at Natural Super Kids next year as well. And then there is our naturopath, Sarah Warboys. Again, she's fairly new to Natural Super Kids. She's been with Natural Super Kids for about 6 months. And again, I feel so blessed to have Sarah on the team. She is the most beautiful, generous, empathetic, caring practitioner. And I'm just so, comfortable recommending her as a practitioner to our audience. And I know the clients that she has been seeing here at Natural Super Kids have been thrilled with the results and the service that she is providing. We also have Valerie. Valerie was our first team member. So Valerie is a virtual assistant who works from the Philippines, and she has been with Natural Super Kids, it must be coming on 5 years now. And she does a lot of the behind the scenes at Natural Super Kids. So she's updating the website, and she's tracking analytics, and she's collating all of our members' questions, and so many other things as well. So Valerie had her third baby this year. She's got two other children as well. And so she's just a superstar. She only had a couple of weeks off. I tried to get her to have more time off, but she insisted on coming back to work fairly quickly. And because her role is so flexible, she can do the work, around Bubs and kids. So Love having Valerie on the team as well. And then, of course, there is my husband, Scott, who is, again, very much behind the scenes. He takes care of our finance, our forecasting. He does a lot for HR, so he does a lot for the team, pays them and organises their super and all of that sort of thing. So I just wanted to, really give a shout out to the amazing team here at Natural Super Kids and let everyone know that I definitely do not do it all here on my own. And it is the help of the team that has really enabled us to be able to do everything that we've done this year, including getting this podcast out every week. So we've made some big leaps business-wise here at Natural Super Kids this year. One of them being that we've become a company. So that's a very big grown-up move. That's really exciting. And for me personally, I have really been learning more about leadership and stepping into that role of leading the team and what that entails. Because this is not something I've ever done before, but I've got this big vision of wanting, Natural Super Kids to be a household name that people recognize and that is this one-stop shop that parents can come to get the answers and the resources and the inspiration and the motivation and the support that they need to raise healthy and happy kids and to get on top of their kids' health symptoms and challenges and conditions in a way that really addresses the underlying cause. So I can't kind of do that on my own. And so stepping into and learning more about leadership, which is often kind of taking a step back. So that's, a continual work in progress for me still. And that really leads me on to I guess some more personal things that have been going on for me this year is learning to parent older children, teenagers and tweens, and that whole sort of taking a step back and stepping into that more leadership role really rings true for parenting teens as well. So my son when this episode goes live, will have just turned 14, and it's almost like, you throw everything that you know about parenting out and have to learn a different way because of that inevitable independence that comes with teenagers. And so that is something that my hubby and I are learning along the way. Again, very much a work in progress. But I'm really enjoying these tween and teenage years. My youngest will be starting high school next year. So I'm no longer a primary school mum, which is a bit crazy. Really, it just happens so quickly. And so that has really been fun, sort of, that relationship with your kids really changes in these teen years in lots of different ways. So that has been something big that's been going on for us in the background here, and definitely testing us as parents, testing us in terms of our marriage and our relationship. But all of these tests and challenges lead to breakthroughs, don't they? And so I'm sure we've still got a lot to come. We're only just dipping our toes into those teenage years. So fun times coming up, but there's so much goodness in these years as well. So I just wanted to really give a bit of a summary of that's a very brief summary of, at the end of 2021. And just really, most of all, thank you for tuning in, being a regular listener. Maybe this is the first episode you've listened to and you've got time to go back over all of the episodes. And so as we take a bit of a break on the Natural Super Kids podcast, like I said, only 4 weeks, please make sure you check out those bundles. I'll pop the show note, the link to the bundles page in the show notes. It's pretty easy to find over on the Natural Super Kids website as well. And go back and utilize this time to listen to maybe some older episodes that you haven't yet listened to. And don't forget to get in touch. Let me know what you want more of on the podcast next year in 2022. Some topics, some guests, some different areas that you would like me to cover. I am definitely all ears. Thank you so much. I hope you and your family have a beautiful Christmas and New Year, and you get some time to wind down and slow down and connect and make those beautiful memories with your family. That's definitely what I plan to be doing. Lots of beach time, lots of outdoor time. And I'm, really looking forward to that. I will be back in 2022. So I'll see you then. Happy New Year. Thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today. Head on over to our website, naturalsuperkids.com, for the show notes for this episode, as well as a whole heap of inspiration to help you raise healthy and happy kids. I'll see you next week.